that's all wrong. 1 second, guys. Gonna get myself some more coffee here. Hold on.
Start thinking, man. Either they don't know, don't show. About what's going on in the hood.
So, let's see here. Yeah, obviously that's too fat. Way fatter than it really needs to be, actually. And I misinterpreted FA right, so we need to fix those two things. So let's go to the object, input cache. Yeah, here it is. And when we draw, FA right is correct, but the when we draw the text, it needs to be at title not title X. It needs to be at my width -3. Now, also the rectangle is too tall by a considerable amount, so let's go to my height. I guess we'll bring that down to 16. I'm just spitballing 16. I don't know if 16 is the right number, but okay, that's a little bit better. It's weird that my width -3 puts it there. I wasn't expecting that. Oh, I guess it should be like X plus my, yeah. All right, yeah, that's silly of me. Let's do this. Okay, so go back to draw. So I guess X plus my width -3, and then I think it was still a little bit too tall, right? So I guess my height 12. Skip straight to it. Yeah, all right. That looks good. Sure, animate's just fine. Hold on, mouse cursor, F2, reveal game state. Let's, I need to check what my game state is, because I have a sneaking suspicion. So, 8. Alright, something is pushing it back to building transaction. Which isn't technically correct. So, I need to do game states see. We need to do a search. Oops. Find all. Actually, I think this is probably a better thing to search for, since this is the... Okay, game states. Transaction buttons. Dialogue setup. Oh, dialogue step. I see. So, in the step event of the dialogue, it's pushing. Whoops. Okay, so yeah, let's go to OBJ dialog. And in the step, right, so if done, we are in the building transaction step, but yeah, let me think for a second here. This behavior right here is both desirable and not desirable. It's desirable that once we're done, like done has multiple purposes. It not only triggers this, but it also clears the text from the dialog box, which we needed to do. So I don't want to necessarily turn done off. I mean, done is still kind of applicable. But when we do a DS stack push, we should only do it once. So, like, I don't know that step is appropriate. I feel like I might need a script that does my stack pushes. So, yeah. Well, hold on. Maybe this is just the wrong... Sorry guys, I'm still thinking about this. I guess we could do things a little bit differently. Maybe we keep the building transaction state, but instead just make it more sophisticated to include what is essentially the functionality of the... yeah, alright, we're gonna have to do it that way, I think. So, basically, what I'm getting at is we remove this state here, since that state seems to only work for one frame, and then it goes back to the building transaction state, and I don't know that there's anything I can do about that. Like, I'm just not really smart enough to figure that out. Oh, okay, 2 people watching. Okay, let me put this in help. Something that I have a hard yet probably common problem. I have a situation where a state manager is being updated every step, when really I need it to update once, but that once could happen at any time, which means that it needs to check for it during the step, but only do it once. You know, now that I've talked it out here in this chat, I think I may have well, no. Let's go back to object dialog, actually. So we've got this thing called done. Yeah, alright, I think I got it. So we have a secondary boolean. So we've got is done, and then we'll say is state. No, I don't know, is pushed, which isn't a very great name because push anything physical, but we're talking about like a stack push. So we're gonna say it starts out false, and then in the step, we're gonna put this in another if. So if not is pushed, then what we're gonna do is we're going to do this, and then we're gonna set is pushed equals true. So I think now we have a situation where, yeah, where the state can, where the state basically runs only once. Let's test this out. Oops. Oh, hey, pig. Pig person. Alright, so, let me test this out and then I'll say hi to you, pig. The game state is 9, so that's interesting. It didn't change back, but the movement of my pop-up stopped. I wasn't predicting that outcome. No, I feel fine. I had some really bad indigestion last night or something. No worries. Still need to get a new cable modem. Okay, so this sort of works, but my pop-up isn't working, and that's actually probably because step. Oh, you know what? Let's go to game states. So building transaction. Bank deposit? Object pop-up. Event user 0. My title equals savings deposit. So, yeah, this is... Event user 0 on pop-up is the path start stuff. How come this isn't working? Yep. At least I think this is the desktop version. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think so. I like it. More than GMS1. Certainly, it's certainly the easiest programming language I've thrown myself at. Going okay. Got a small weird hiccup that I'm investigating. This music's cool and all, but it's a wee bit too loud, I think. Let's turn that a little bit down. Okay. Oh, you know what might be happening? Actually, yeah, I totally know what's happening. User event 0 is happening constantly, so it's constantly doing the path start code. Which is why it worked previously in the first place. Because this needs to only happen once. It needs to only happen for one frame. Okay, well, maybe I can solve for that too. In the same way that I solved for the other problem by adding a boolean for that. But I have to be careful. Okay, so let's just recap so that you guys understand what's going on here. What's going on? So you go into the bank and the guy talks to you or whatever, and you're like, okay, cool, and then you decide you want to save, but then this dialog box isn't moving anywhere, even though you clicked that save button, and you're like, what's going on? Well, what's going on is when that happens, when we click on that button, it pushes the state to bank deposit, right? And bank deposit says, hey, with the pop-up object, we're going to turn it on, we're going to run event user 0, and we're going to change the title to savings deposit. And we're going to do this every frame since this is in the step. So in the step, we're constantly evaluating this switch, and we're constantly doing this. So if we're constantly running event user 0, if we go to pop-up, event user 0, it's path start, like it's constantly starting every frame at the start of its path. When really you only need to run this code. You're only supposed to run this code once. Which okay. I'm gonna do this. So my speed, whatever, is path start, I guess. We're gonna say equals false. And then in the user event, what we're gonna do is say if not is path start, yeah, do this, and then, but after you do this, is path start is no longer true, so we're going to set that to false. And I think if we do this, we'll get it so that this line of code runs only once. It only needs to run once. We may have problems later on down the road, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Hold on. Fuck. No, it still doesn't work. Boy, I wasn't really anticipating this being so problematic for me. Yeah, 3D is, I tried Unity for a few weeks, and I just couldn't deal. Unity is like piloting the 747. Controls and buttons, controls, toggles, fields, everywhere. Is like piloting a Cessna. Much simpler, much smaller, if that makes any sense. My small brain can't handle Unity. Okay, so let's see here. So path start. Yeah. What do I do about this? God damn. I mean, I guess I could go back to setting it the way... setting things back to the way they were and then solve for it differently. So back to dialogue, I could undo this. What a bummer. Alright, yeah, let me just undo this. Let's just double check to make sure once I undo that, then it works. Okay. So now, you know, this thing does its thing, but we're in the, you know, we're in the building transaction state, not the pop-up state. Why is this even a problem? Hold on a second, guys. I'll be right back. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. I can get it, but I don't really want to take so much learning the big size of C# because GML is much more smaller. Like you said, I can do what I can with C# and 2D. Of course. Yeah, that's the other thing. C# is so mature that it's just too much for me to learn right now. Takes too long. Like, look at this. We're already doing like some intermediate level programming stuff here in GML. If we were doing this in Unity, this game would take a lot longer to make. Yeah, so let's do that. Okay. Well, maybe I just need to adapt. Like, I know that like, now I know this is only going to run for 1 frame. Runs only 1 frame. And now that I know that, I can just add more scripts for other things under the umbrella of building transaction. So building transaction has us do this, or is doing this constantly, and this is I don't know that we really need any of these. ways to do anything at the moment, but... Oh, that's right. But we're gonna run into... Well... Okay. Let's, delete these. And, okay, we're gonna add a new state. Yeah, I mean, I'm not... Yeah, sure. I'm not opposed to Unity necessarily. It's just not the right fit for me right now. But, you know, yeah, if I were to be working on a project with multiple people, if at any point in time complicated camera or 3D had to be involved, yeah, Gamemaker probably not the right tool for the job. So yeah, no, absolutely. Okay, so what we're gonna do, I think okay, here's what I want to do. We're gonna try and do this today. Is when I click the X button, the pop-up goes back down, and we can do that. We just need to, I guess, make a new state for it. Is that really an appropriate use of states? I mean, I feel like my trajectory is if this is the doctrine that I choose, where my states determine when scripted events occur. Even something as simple as like the UI moving. I feel like I'm gonna have a bajillion states by the time this game is done. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, sure. But I mean, if I were to collab on something, yeah, Slack is right. Yeah. Okay, so, man, this is a struggle. Okay. Well. Okay, What, do we have a OBJ? We do. We should have an OBJ for the cancel button. It's probably in here. No. I know we got it because I'm seeing it on the screen. Buttons? Yeah, buttons. Yeah, there it is. OBJ cancel. And yeah, we haven't really done anything with it. So let's... Yeah, alright, let's, we're gonna add, a script. Let's go to this other workspace. We can close that workspace. I like to keep my workspaces homogeneous in terms of like what types of things are where, although I'm sort of bending the rules by looking at the bank deposit script for I realized like these are scripts. They're not object, but they're so parallel. I don't know. Anyways, so we're gonna create a script, and it's gonna be dialogue. Not really a dialogue script. I guess it's just its own script. So scr underscore cancel pop. We'll call it that. Cancel pop. What more projects you have? Can you show me some? Nah. I've pretty much been working on this in various forms for the past 6 months. And now I'm, hooking up everything to everything, and building stuff to as I go along. I don't really have any other projects. I guess you could say this is my first game. Okay, so sorry, Pig. I realize that's a pretty boring answer, but that's the truth. So when we click the cancel button, what we're actually doing is we're going to do a stack push. So that's ds stack push, and hold on a second. What's that command again for stack pushes in the step? Let's go back to our scripts. So we're going to do ds stack push state stack, but instead of building transaction, let's go to game states, and I guess BNK cancel transaction. I might change my naming convention later on. Prototypes? Did you check your typing speed? It's really fast. Would you think of doing some tutorial vids after you finish this project? Yeah, sure. Probably on the things that aren't already well covered territory. Heartbeast and Tom Francis, I think his name is, have already done some great tutorial work. But yeah, there's definitely some stuff that I had to learn on my own that I could go into later on. My mic is bad though, so like not professional quality. So I don't know, like I don't know. Whatevs. Yeah, I could make a video, I guess. I could make a video. later. Okay, so anyways, BNK cancel transaction. Well, yeah, I mean he's busy. Heartbeast is busy working on like his game. I think it's something about Harvest. So I understand, but his like beginning tutorial series is still up. Like it's still relevant to this day. Like all of the things that he teaches early on. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'm definitely a little self-conscious about my microphone not being great. So yeah, maybe I can fix that later. I kind of want to get a better modem first, since the quality of my stream could be even better if I got a faster cable modem. Right now, my cable modem tops out at roughly like 50 something megabits per second down. I could be doing a lot faster if I just got a cable modem, better cable modem. Yeah, Sean Spalding's awesome too. I've definitely learned a few things. Yeah, his vids are also great. He has a video tutorial on common scripts that I was watching this morning. I set it to watch later, but yeah, it already seemed pretty neato. Alright, so anyways, we're adding this state called BNK cancel transaction. And let's go back to our cancel button. Actually, no, we'll go back to this. So instead of building transaction, we're going to go with BNK cancel transaction. And when we do BNK cancel transaction, it needs to run a script. So we're going to add another script here. And, you know, it's kind of crappy that I'm basically running two scripts that are really simple. Like, it is a little silly that this one line of code exists in this one script. Invoked by obj underscore cancel button cancel, I think. Button yeah, button cancel. Okay, and then this one is invoked by obj underscore game states. Yeah. Alright, so this one, and we're calling the script 42 is not a very good name. We're going to call this cancel pop scr underscore I mean, cancel pop too. I realize that's kind of ridiculous, but the way I built this, it kind of has to be a two-stage script. So alright, so here's how this is going to work with obj underscore button button transact. No, button move cache. There it is. Visible equals false. Yeah, just do that. With underscore obj input cache we're gonna turn a bunch of stuff off. So visible equals false. And when we're doing this, by the way, we're not. When I start from Heartbeat RPG tutorial, yeah, same with me. If you need something looking nice, if you need some snow particles are so good. I learned them not long ago, and I love them. Yeah, you know, special effects like that are definitely something I'll be doing, but much later on. That's at the end of development in the polish phase. Yeah. Well, yeah. I vape too. I vape while I think. Helps me relax. I used to smoke cigarettes. Cigarettes. Yeah. I used to smoke cigarettes when I was like 29 or 30. But after I met my wife, she wouldn't have it. So I transitioned to vaping. Yeah, to be honest, I don't like most of the flavors out there. Not a fan of fruity or sugary flavors. The flavor I have in right now is coffee flavored. Which, to be honest, it's pretty bad. Like, this is maybe the worst flavor I've purchased in recent memory, but it's only bad really because I bought a cheap brand. If you find a brand you like, stick with it. Anyways, that's enough about vape. It's really just so I can think. Alright, so we're turning off our move cache buttons. We're turning off our input cache field. Yeah, alright, so we're turning those things off, and then hold on a second, guys. I'll be right back in a second. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I had to use the bathroom. What? Oh my god. Alright, let's see. Yay. You make the juices yourself? Build your own coils? Huh. That could be cool, building your own coils, I guess. I would do it if, like, I might consider that if I had, like, my own workshop and maybe my own 3D printer. I don't know. Okay, so anyways, we turn these buttons off, and then we need to do a path. Let's see here. We need to, like, pop that thing back down. So I don't really need the room editor right now. Alright, so let's go to the pop-up object, center buttons, object pop-up. Alright, so path start. Go backwards along the path again, achieved by reversing the path movement speed. Oh, negative meaning going backwards. The path index to start. Wait a minute though. What? Hold on. So what other commands do we have here? Path start, path end. Nah, yeah, it's not relevant. Okay, so I guess it's path start again. So let's copy this line of code. And with vj underscore what is it, pop up? Yeah, pop up. You know what, maybe I should have it, I don't want to like pop up. We're gonna have this be its own event. So pop down, and we're gonna say do this, only accept negative my speed, and path action stop true. Yeah, I use an iPhone. I guess they're overpriced? I don't know. Like, my iPhone is an iPhone SE with 64 gig. Seemed pretty reasonable at the time when compared to other, you know, flagship phones. I used to own an iPhone 6 before that, but it was too big. I didn't really like the thin, big form factor. I kind of like the form factor of the iPhone 5S and iPhone, 5C, iPhone 5, or iPhone SE. Oh, hi, kitty. Yeah, that's a good cat. Yeah, so I don't think it's really all that expensive. And then I'm on an iMac late 2014. I don't know. Seems like I think I got it refurbed or something. I don't know, but I got it for roughly $1,000. Still running well. So. I mean, yeah, for $1,000 you could build your own. Today, you could build your own PC, and it'd probably be like a VR-ready machine and all that shit. But, yeah, I don't know, whatever. Anyways, back to this. So, I gotta be honest, I'm not really sure that this is gonna work because the path index to start, the speed at which, like, when it reaches the end of the path. What if it's already at the end of the path? Go backwards along the path again, achieved by reversing. Examples, path start, path 4. This will make the calling instance follow the path index in the variable path at the speed of 4 pixels. It will follow the path relative to it, and then when it reaches the end, it will reverse direction and go back the way it came. Yeah, do I need to create an inverse path? I don't want to necessarily have to do that. Well, event user 1. Let's do that. And then say visible equals false. Do those things. Well, okay, actually, if path and action or path position, yeah, let's just double check this. It's between 0 and 1, right? Yeah, value is normalized from 0 to 1. So if you set it to, for example, 0.5, instance will be moved to exactly the middle of the path. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to say if path position is equal to 0, it means we're back at the beginning of the path. And so we're going to set it to invisible. Sorry, I'm lost a bit. What are you using path for? Okay, let's go. Sure thing. Sure thing. Let me explain. Do you have audio on? Like, I think you can hear me because, yeah, you do, because you're hearing me vape. Wait, do you have audio on, or was that? Yeah, you do. Okay. Alright, I use paths to animate the dialog boxes, transaction boxes, right? Okay, cool. So here, then in that case, pay attention. So here's what I'm doing. Let's go to our room. So in the bank room, here it is. I've staged. Let's turn off the stupid grid. So everything here is staged to where it will end up being at. Like this is the end position, but there are these paths. One of these paths is crooked. It's kind of dumb. And I've locked them. Is it this one? Yes, it most certainly is. Let's move you. Sorry, I'm a little distracted here, but... Oh, come on. Is it just... It's not really snappy, I guess. There we go. There we go. And you're slightly diagonal, aren't you? Maybe not, actually. Okay, so anyways, I have these paths, and these paths kind of, they all, whoops, no. Like this one is for the portrait, like this portrait that slides in, it follows this path, and if we were to like unlock this and click on it, God, get off. So, oops. So this is the start of the path, this is the end of the path, and I've programmed this portrait thing to basically, the tip of this shark's nose is kind of where the path tracks along. And this is the start of the path, and this is the end of the path. Why am I stressing out? Well, because let's turn off the rest of these paths, turn that off, visible off or whatever. This one too. All right, so for this path here that we've got selected, this is the start, this is the middle point, and this is the end point. And again, it's not quite fucking lined up. That's, to be frank, that's kind of horse shit. Like, whatever. God damn it. Like, yeah, I'm just gonna delete that. Add a point there. Really? You're gonna be a jerk about it. Okay, well, whatever. I'm just gonna have to live with that and know deep down that it's off by like a fraction of by a subpixel, but whatever. So the reason why I'm stressing out about the path start function is because the path start function, I think, always starts, like, the dialogue thing is always going to restart its path. So, god damn it. All right, we're gonna create another path here. I'm gonna lock this. Create new path layer. No path, select path, create new. Yeah, okay, here we go. So you're gonna start out here, go up here, and then go back down to here. And that's a little sloppy, like it's not perfectly in alignment, but we're gonna rename this cancel transaction, just cancel trans, and we're gonna rename this path that we just created. Oh yeah, later pig. Yes, got audio. Write the position of the points to get them straight. Yeah, I wish I could. I don't think that I can though, because it doesn't really have a thing for me to determine what the rotate to scale path. Yeah, I don't really have the ability to write in the path's points, I think. So yeah, later pig. But anyways, I think you're getting the idea. So I'm gonna rename this path path 21. No, it's gonna be called PTH cancel transaction. Okay. I think I'll sleep easier if we do that. So now we're going to say my path equals pth underscore cancel transaction. And I don't think that we need to do a negative my speed. And if path position equals 1, which is the end of the path, visible false. Okay, I feel pretty good about that. Let's test this out and see how this runs. No, we don't, yeah, let's just skip to the bank sequence. Oh, what the? Hold on a second. How did that happen? Did I screw something up with my... I don't know if you saw that, but the shark portrait was off. But I haven't messed with the shark portrait, so I don't... Depth 900. Depth 1. Oh, shit. The depths all changed when I added just this one path layer. So anytime, oh my god, path layers contribute to the depth. That's stupid. Why would you ever consider that? Why should paths ever contribute to depth? That's... oh my god. Man. That's so dumb. Because, like, paths are ethereal objects. They should not affect depth for other visual objects. Fucking lame. God. Okay, well, shit. 1,900. So I need to now go back to... alright, I guess the short-term fix for this is I go back to, I think it's OBJ pop-up. Oh, here. And I increment these. Wait. Yeah, closer to 0, closer to the camera. So I increment these by 100. Okay. I think that's the short-term fix. No? Oh wait, but the dialogue box itself. Depth 890. I need to change that to 990. Okay. Move the path layer below everything. And change its depth maybe. I like your thinking, but the layers still contribute to the overall hundreds of depths. If that makes any sense. Like, so just because I'm moving them down, that doesn't really change the fact that these hard-coded depth numbers that I'm using. Okay, there we go. We're back to normal. Fucking God. Okay. So if I hit this button, placeholder script ran. Oh, I didn't plug it in yet. So let's plug that in. Button cancel. So yeah, your script, my action equals scr_cancel cancel pop. I think we do that. No, I think we just do that. I forget. You can change the depth OB the layer of the layer typing, right? Yeah, I had to override. But the implication is that if I ever add another path layer, I'll have to go back to the code of those 4 objects and change their depth again. So, anyways, it's a real bummer. Okay, so I think that's how I want to do this. Take a look about new game. Yeah, that's how I want to do this. Okay. Okay, let's give this a go. We're just gonna skip straight to the bank. Nope, that didn't do anything. God damn it. I mean, it's sort of doing something, but not really doing anything. Okay, I'm gonna cool off for a bit, guys. And eat some breakfast. Run errands, etc. See you guys later. Hmm.